Let's just confirm that.
So she's like 50-50 when the man they give her bun and get a baby for her, or
you look good, you have all of the something they bought you. Yes, Goodie!
Hello, and welcome back to another episode. Or
Yagi broadcaster, Yagi news broadcaster.
Sorry,
And we're back from break.
Like, I am tired and I'm trying to pep up myself, you know?
Maybe you can use some helaga wine.
Yes, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Wouldn't that like more make me feel mellow?
No, well, I don't know. Like
What does
wine just
do?
give me a nice little buzz. I'm not gonna lie.
Buzz, yeah.
It does. It makes
Wine
me
doesn't
feel
give me a
like
good buzz. Wine gives me that horny buzz.
wow. No,
So
it's either or for me, but I like the feeling. It's
okay.
not, you don't ever feel like it gets like a hangover or anything. It's just like nice. Yes.
Well,
Especially with the hot summer days ahead. I feel like a nice cool glass of wine.
why it's so hot? Mighty God.
This is unacceptable. We're in
No, why
May.
is it so hot?
We're in May.
Whoa, this summer? You know, I'm
But,
always scared to like, I used to, you know, people travel during the summer.
Mhm.
I'm always scared to travel during the summer because I was just so scared of the heat and the plane. I don't know why. Overall, I have this overall just fear of flying, but that's one of the irrational thoughts. That, like,
Very irrational.
yeah, man, the sun going to make the engine catch a fire, something like that. Yeah, man.
Are you
so
okay?
We're working on it. Shut up the therapy. But yeah, I would have asked you how you are, but I saw you last night, so I know how you are. Yeah.
There.
All right. So jumping right into the goodie of the week.
The Goodie of the Week.
This week's goodie of the week is this video. So there's no talking because it's basically a bunch of people helping. I don't know what community it is. I don't know where it's from, but it's basically just a bunch of people who, you know, there was an issue where a car went over a ledge and the whole community in Jamaica came out to help pull the car out.
Oh, I know.
So I thought it was super nice. Like, you know, everybody, them attach it to one truck with blocks on it and I try help the car. So I thought that was nice. I feel like we haven't seen that community.
Yeah.
You know, unless it's something like somebody steal something and said all of them come out and
Beat them up.
but beat them up, but I haven't seen like that type of community engagement in Jamaica in a very long time. So shout out to, I don't know if you know the community, drop it in the comments or whatever, but I don't know, so shout it out though. I think it's just nice to see it.
It's nice to see people coming together to help people.
Facts.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the goodie of the week. Jumping into our hot topics.
Hot topics.
So this week, Miss Gabrielle Union. Yo, we've been avoiding this since we started the podcast. We've never spoken about this. You know, usually women podcasts are always like talk about the 50-50, the man, whatever, but I guess here we
It's
are.
like Kevin Samuels. That's what?
Yeah.
That's what the man name? But it's
So-
alright.
So Gabrielle Union, right, actually did a sit-down interview. So this is the audio.
I'm curious, at what point did you develop that first sense of security and that the work is coming and as long as I keep knocking it out, there's going to be more, and there isn't this sort of sense of the rug is could still be pulled out?
I struggle with that still, just because I think I just have more responsibilities, you know, for my money. So I get nervous, like, oh God, that movie didn't open, you know, well, what does that mean? Am I going to have enough to hold everybody up? And everyone's like, it's coming, like, calm down. And I'm trying to find peace in the journey, not using my anxiety and scarcity mindset to be my engine, which is hard. It's weird to say I'm head of household because in this household, we split everything 50-50. But in the other households that each of us have to support, it puts there's always this like gorilla on your back that it is like, you better work, you better work. You know, you gonna sleep in? You know, somebody might not eat. Come on, get away. And it's hard. It's hard to let that go. So I'm working on that.
All right. And Gabrielle Union, actually, as she said, so she, she's with retired NBA star Dwayne Wade, who is, who graduated, who left the NBA in 2019, but, his career, he was getting like $200 million during his...
He's part owner of an NBA team.
Yeah.
Just for context.
Just for context, right? And then, he retired in 2019 and, they were married since 2014. So they have one child together and, he has, I think, 2 or 3 kids from a previous marriage. So, she says basically, as she said in the clip on the Black Millionaires podcast, she discusses her struggle with scarcity mindset and the pressure to work hard to support their respective, family. She acknowledges her lingering concerns about financial stability, especially in the being in the entertainment industry. So, I have thoughts. What are your thoughts?
Okay, I have thoughts because I feel like several persons have brought this to me during the week, and I'm just like, been sharing.
Right, I feel like everybody has been coming.
So wow,
I spoke about this on the radio, and I feel like a couple people at work were asking me about it too.
So let me tell you this: 50 who?
50 Cent.
Anyways, huh? We're not gonna touch that. We're gonna touch Gabby. Gabby. And our man.
I would touch not Gabby and our man. I would touch the...
No, man, I feel like I need to have a better understanding of the situation there. And then we'll get into the general 50-50 conversation. Okay. Because my thing is like, most of the movies she do now are Lifetime, right?
Yeah, smaller movies.
She
probably did this new movie. The cheaper rider does the new one. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So the comparative of income there's a huge disparity between the two. So. I would think so as well. Also,
let's just confirm that.
So she's like 50-50 when the man they give her bun and get a baby for her, or
a girl you are real informer, man.
I just know she have 50-50.
Wow.
But just ask, imagine me I get 50-50, but the man a bun me and a baby for me though.
Wow. That's also I didn't even remember that. Wow.
At that point, I'm paying negative 100% because, hello? No, absolutely not.
So Dwayne Wade's net worth is 170 million to answer your question. This is what Google said, because we know it's not
right. It's not accurate.
It's not accurate, but it's around there. So 170. Gabrielle Union net worth. She's estimated to 40 million. So 170.
So almost 3 times her net worth. So also, I remember in the interview, I also heard a part where she was talking about how if she don't get up and work, she also have families to mind. Yeah. And he has families to mind as well. Okay, cool. I guess he has also more children.
Yeah, I think she's talking about his, but then maybe she has family.
Right, she does, because once you make it out to the family, you have to take care of them. Family, yeah. Okay. And she still got feedy.
So what are your thoughts?
My thoughts now is I don't believe in that. Strongly disagree with that mindset, because I also feel like I also don't believe in equality anymore. I used to believe in equality, and oh my god, girl,
oh, you finally joined me. Remember?
No, yeah, man. So then it's like I can't do the same things you do.
Thanks.
So let's just go back to the good old days.
I don't ever want to go too far back.
Not too far back. Elements of the good old days.
When you beat me and them something, because our lives, a lot of women got it. So lots of women were paid equally. You know what I mean? So
we're still not paid equally, though.
Yeah, we're still not, but it's not as bad as it was before.
I guess, but I don't agree.
Yeah.
Her situation again. You know what? Let me not speak too deeply on it because we don't know her situation. Although from what she said, because if you give your public statement, then it opens to public opinion. It's just like, wow, that's a little wild to me. But I'd have to get a better understanding.
But personally, 50-50?
No, I don't believe that, because we're also not pushing out that child, that big head baby of yours, 50-50.
Facts. Okay, so let me tell you my thoughts on this situation. I think as it relates to what she said in her statement, I think there was 2 things that she said that I feel like everybody's like glossing over. That I took really personally. She said that I don't even want to misquote, because these 2 things were like crazy to me. So she said that she has her lingering concerns about financial stability, especially in the industry, right? And she said that, she struggles, she's an ongoing struggle with scarcity and mindset, the scarcity mindset. When you are in your marriage and you're comfortable, like, I'm not saying you get too, but that fact that you have that need to grind, it's a deeper rooted thing. So that's why I said I'm not sure if it's like people are putting the blame on D-Wade.
No, I'm not blaming him.
No, there's a lot of people who are saying, why would you, or whatever. But I think that because sometimes, as a woman, what I notice is a lot of the women who are here say 50-50 is okay, or like they don't mind doing whatever. They have this need to control and this need to, not judging, but it's like, it's almost deeper rooted. Like, it is like you have this urge to, because you're scared of like somebody dropping the ball or whatever, you cannot receive. Like, if you're not, like, I believe that like, if a man is not giving, because that's what men are supposed to do, is give, or like
provide,
or let me use a better word, provide. I believe that if men are not providing, then they're not being men. And if women are not giving, not receiving and nurturing, then they're not in
their feminine era.
Yeah, so I just don't think, I think it's deeper, because it's like, why do you feel because if you're married to somebody, you've been married since 2014, you have a child, you guys are stable, why do you feel, this is supposed to be, marriage is a lifelong commitment. Like, we know divorce and all of that is real, but it's a lifelong commitment. So why do you still feel that pressure? I think you should, I don't know, that pressure you feel, to me, is deeper rooted, and it's something that you need to look into and working on. Because think about it, if you're married, there's certain things that you don't feel like, yes, you feel the pressure in terms of your family, and I understand that, but I just feel like when you're married, there are certain pressures that your spouse should alleviate.
Because it's, to be honest with you, it's a balancing act as well, and it's, you're supposed to be providing. There's supposed to be some type of support in all elements of support that you're providing to each other. So therefore, if you still feel like, if you're still feeling some type of still burden or whatever, what is that you're missing here?
What is it that you're
but
missing?
Again, her scarcity mindset probably is, maybe she grew up poor.
That's why I said you have to
but then my thing is,
when
like,
you step into a marriage, or not even a marriage, when you step into a new season of your life, all right, let's say you start if you did a ramen noodles every day, but you never have it. When you step into a new season of life and you start to earn a certain amount of money, you can stop eating the ramen. You can you can kind of step up. So that's why that scarcity mindset where you feel when you were 20. All right, the way that you did throw away money, or the way that you did let's say throw away money. The way that you did the things that you spent on when you were 20. You don't spend on it when you're 30. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's the part that's like concerning to me, like, because I feel, and that's what I feel like the whole 50-50 thing is. Because to me, it's like, nobody's saying that a woman shouldn't contribute to a household. Nobody's saying that.
No, absolutely not.
Nobody's saying that. No. I don't think I'd ever...
Everybody should pull their weight, I think. Yeah. And people pull their weight in different ways. And again, it's to each his own. Right? Because it might be that it's 100% financially on the man, but you are also 99.9% providing everything that the child needs. You are raising the children, managing the home, ensuring meals are cooked, whatever.
So because what a man does, you can actually put a financial cost value to it. But what is the value? There's no value that you can associate with what a woman does. So because there's no value, people think that. So because
it's not equal. It's not equal.
Yeah, so because there's no monetary amount, it's like you're saying that it doesn't have a value. But there is a cost to it, because there's a time. Everything is an opportunity cost. Absolutely. The time that she spends at home doing whatever is an opportunity cost from doing something else that she could have done, right? Every time she takes care of something, like, you know what I mean? So it's like, I think that it's a deeper thing, because it's like, why can't you receive as a woman? Why is it like, yo, me not make no, or even let's take it outside that, because like a lot of women who say that, like, me not make no man drop things from under my foot, like, I'm not
but going 50-50 don't mean you're also not making your own money. It's not mutually exclusive. So it's just like, no, that don't make no sense. Two different things. Is either you're not working, or you are contributing. It's like, it's not like, what do you mean?
No, but you have some women, right, who are like, they're of the opinion that, like, if, for example, understand it if it's your boyfriend and you're like, you guys are not, you clearly need to, or if but once you guys reach a point where you're living in the same household, whether you're married, common law wife, whatever, once you're living in the same household with a person, there are things that you naturally are going to pick up for the household, even if you're not like,
correct.
Yeah, like,
so imagine the light bill come and you are do the maths, pull out the calculator for calculate, say, oh, half of this or this, and you can send them money.
And then even that,
but don't like it.
All right, that is the next thing too. As a woman, like, if you come to me and say, yo, babes, the light bill come to 10,000, I'm gonna need the 5,000. Or even when I hear people say things like, oh, my girl owe me money, or my man owe me money. What?
It's giving broke.
Like, no, not my wife owe me money, or my husband owe me money.
I'm so deep in my
when it become a unit, like, how can you? I'm not saying that you don't.
Well, again, right, but it's just like it's giving a little petty.
It should be a partnership. Yeah. It's just like, it's very tit for tat.
But even for me, like, even if I have a partner and I'm going out to eat, or I'm not asking for half of that money. Is either me I pay the bill, or you are pay the bill. Period. Like, what am I doing here? Send me back half.
Calculate.
The hell? And if I'm paying the bill, you probably tip. If you pay the bill, I'll probably tip then, if that's the case. But I really don't see why. Boy, I guess, I don't know. And I wonder if those people who, I want to know, no, I'm devil's advocate. I want to know those people who pay 50-50. Like, are they in a better financial position? Like, are they the winners here?
And then let me tell you why.
I'm asking to myself,
Let me tell you why we has to make sense. Because what they're saying don't make sense to me. Because, all right, you just have this very chip on your shoulder where say, when me going to one house, I have to pay some of the bills, and I have to split this, and I have to do this, right? I was watching a show on Netflix called The Bold Type, and this girl, no, seriously, it make me think about it. She moved into this apartment with this guy, right? And it made me think about a lot of things. He is a multi-millionaire. Sorry. She is an intern. Multi-millionaire, intern.
Yeah.
Right? Ain't no way we're in the same tax bracket.
Absolutely
right?
not.
Ain't no way. So her thing was like, she sat with him and she was like, okay, I need to contribute something to this house or whatever. He's like he's saying to her realistically as a man, he's like, honey, it's not possible for you to come based on how everything the bills in this house are. His rent, let's say, I think his rent was like 12,000 US. Her rent, from where she was coming from.
Because she had her roommates and everything.
She had her roommates and everything. So she was only paying 1,200, right? And he must say to her, no, like, he must say to her, there's no contribution you can make to make.
But she was hell bent on contributing. Is that the case?
She was hell bent on contributing. He was like, I have somebody come in and do the laundry. She was hell bent on doing her own laundry. I think she fired the person who came, and she was hell bent on doing her. No, he had the person come and do his laundry, and she did her laundry one time, and she was like, oh no, she don't want her doing her laundry. Them type of independence there, that's how I feel. It just don't make sense.
It's called hyper independence, and it doesn't do yourself justice.
You don't know how to receive.
You also come across very masculine.
You all come across. It's not just coming across. Take the feminine, masculine shit that I'm always talking about on TikTok and all of that, right? Because to me, it's like whatever.
No,
but it's like, why do you not want to get? Why do you not want, as a woman, right? Why do you not want to? It
also seems deeper than that, and it seems deeper than not being able to receive love and affection and care and support.
It's like,
you're not willing to accept support.
Yeah.
And it may also be a turn off.
To me, I don't know. Especially growing up, I remember like, boy, that's why fathers are important to know. Because hallelujah. Because I remember growing up with my daddy, and anytime, like, I remember one time my stepmother went to, like, handle the bill. And he was like, no, like he was.
Some men are very offending.
No, he's like one of those people who is just like super like. No, like he believes if a man is at a table or anything like that, and like he just feels like there's little things that he just wouldn't do. But then let me tell you, and I said this on the radio the other day. I don't know if I'm controversial or like people are saying that that's crazy, but I think you have man bills and you have woman bills. Let me tell you what I mean.
Please
and I never get to expound on it because it's on the radio. I think you have man bills and woman bills. I think a man bill is like, for example, would depend, and again the highest earner, right? So like the mortgage. Not that a woman can pay.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
But for example, I don't want no man in my house going to supermarkets. I want to go to supermarket for my kids. I want to pay the helper because I want to know, so if she do a little extra thing during the week, me can give her a little bit of extra money to come and see what she do. Certain things where you not see as the man. That's why I said there are certain things that you are understand more.
Okay, I get what you're saying too, because it's
those fixed bills. So
those things are providing for the home, and you're maintaining the home or the kids. I agree. Yeah, I get it. No, I agree with that. And I agree with that thought.
So I always tell people, like, anytime a guy like asks me anything, I'm like, I think you just have things man bill, and I think man bill. When I say man bills, I think they're bills that men are better equipped to handle because it's fixed. They don't have to cut. They don't have to put much thought into it because their thoughts are already with their businesses when them at work. There's a lot of pressure on them. So I think when you have those fixed bills, so like the mortgage is fixed, the utilities are fixed. It comes every month. You know that this is to pay on the 25th of every month. But then when it comes to the groceries, that can be paid midweek, the school fee,
and you don't know what's missing from the home if you need toilet paper, blah blah blah.
Because it's like a fixed bill. But as a woman, I know, say, all right, say if I don't buy 6 toilet paper in this setting, we're not going
we will run out.
There's certain things that the help that's why I said like the yard maybe, even like you with say the hedges and whatever. Like, as a woman, I just think there's certain things, your school fee, lunch money for the child. Those little things that's a needs like a feminine touch.
And I actually agree with that theory. I think I'm aligned with that thought. But I want to find out now if you have an idea as to why there are a lot more men that are more inclined to have 50-50 mindsets.
Because they're bad bitches.
She a baddie, she knows she a 10. She a baddie with her baddie friend.
No man, them man are Barbies. Them man are the new Barbies.
Because Ken, giving Ken.
No. Ken did not take care of Barbie. Them are Barbie. These men are Barbies because I don't understand. Let me tell you something. Once I realized every time.
No, I want to understand.
No, every time I hear a man flip up on this 50-50 and say there's nothing wrong with that, like every time I hear a man,
I kind of
he's usually broke.
I'm bombastic side-eye because
they're usually men who don't have no money. Anytime I hear a man talk about gold diggers or anything,
but not all of them. No, but some of them are also not. Some of them just really have this very strong mindset that it's fine.
It's fine, and that's why I said and I think also the house that you grew up in. Because
comment below as a man, if you have the 50-50 mindset, we're not gonna shame you. We're not gonna call it out. Comment, call in, send a message to the Instagram page. Something we need to understand why. What's your? Because I don't want to speak on a man's behalf. I don't want to speak on your point of view because I am not a man.
I'm not a man.
So tell me why.
And I don't have any men.
Explain for 25 marks.
And then I don't have any men around me who believe in 50-50. I don't.
Exactly.
Honestly.
Exactly. No, exactly.
Because even let me tell you, even when I think about it, right? You see my man friend them. Big up Kyle, big up Shello, big up Keanu, like big up all of them. Because my man friend them, I'm not spending no money for go around them. They're not gonna come to a table and be like, buy a bottle and be like, Rain is too. Oh, your contribution is $2,000. They're not doing that, and those are them. Them man, they don't know if they're man or woman.
Right.
They don't know anything about me. Right? They don't know. They're just friends, and them just grow good.
Correct.
Like, them just grow good. Like their families just never see that.
So you think that also it affects how you view the whole situation?
I think so, because to me it's like if you grow up in a household where you see like your mother having to contribute and all of that, and also like. How can I respect your leadership as my husband, right? If we're not doing things like as a team, why is it yours, mine, whatever? You know what I mean? Like, how can I respect it? Because even if let's say
it's we, everything is we.
Let's say there's even a situation where I make I end up, something happen, a blessing come, and I end up making more money.
Right.
But based on how we do things, like we have a account that we put money into for the house and whatever. Let's say we do it that way, and then we whatever. Like, even if I make more money, I can still respect you because of how you handle the household, right? You've never let me split it 50-50. We've always had that type of thing, all right? So let's say I even make more money, and we say, okay, you make more money in this area, so, these are whatever. Like, I just feel like it's hard for me to accept leadership from you if you have that mindset that split down the middle, all of that, like, what's, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
it seems a little like hard and fast. Oh,
yeah,
counting pennies kind of vibe.
It's very counting.
I don't like it.
And I think, I don't like mean man. I feel like it give a mean.
No, but mean man were essentially, did say mean man worse than broke man.
God no. Because, let me tell you too, and that's the thing, a lot of men will have the money, for example, and not want to give it sometimes. So it's like, they're mandate to me, run. No, seriously, if you mean, run. Because even enough time, and girls do this all the time, enough time a man do have, like, a man have money, like him have a good thing and go on and him have money, but him not spending on you. Him just have a comfortable lifestyle, and because you're with him now,
you get the benefits of that.
The benefits of the lifestyle. But you see, if he's not contributing to you as a person, your growth, your development, do you think you could ever be in a situation where you earn more than your man?
No.
That now go happen. That will never happen. You will never live to see that happen.
No. That's real.
No. Well, I mean, if I could ever be in a situation.
No, as in, like,
sorry.
If he earns, because, all right, Lincoln Tree that did have something I'm saying, so that's why I have to like Lincoln.
I love him, actually.
I love Lincoln. So let me
He should start a podcast.
Yes, he really should.
He should come on our podcast.
He should. Actually, we're going to make that happen. We're putting it in the atmosphere today. I'm going to message him. So, Lincoln had a podcast, not him, but a podcast. Lincoln said on TikTok one time, he said he was, I remember it went viral. When he was with Star, right? Goodgal Star. He said that so he said that when he was in the house, even when Star started making more money than him, he still paid the bills because he was like, he doesn't think you get the best out of a woman when you are not like in that authoritative caregiver figure. And I really agree with that.
And then as you rightfully said, that's just about to say, as you rightfully said, the respect will be lost a little bit.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. You can also make more money and your expenses are actually more than the person. Your personal expenses can be more than and it end up being that you actually do end up really making more money. Second to that as well, you can probably make more money as a woman or whatever. This man can probably still continue to do all the money bills that you refer to. But suppose it is that you are the one that paying for all the vacations. You get what I'm saying? You say you do that.
It seemed like that. For example, right, with them, they went on a lot of trips and stuff, and maybe she was, while he's taking care of the house, she can surprise him and plan the nice little trip them and organize him calendar and say, babe, come me could go Turks and Caicos, come me could go Yasso. And she just all
and she can she can also invest in a lot more for him either. Suppose she's also that extra money that she's earning, she's able to invest into his business. That benefits still the both of you.
Both of them. Facts. I'm gonna tell you something. Nobody, woman loves spend per man.
Absolutely.
Woman loves spend per man.
Once I got rate you,
What?
Yeah.
I love spend per man. If I love you, I want to give you everything. I want to make sure you're good. I want to. Me want all full your socks. I want to make sure you're good. I tell you, I want to make sure you're good. I want to roll your socks needs. So me want to roll your socks. I want to do every single thing for you.
Because it's just something that brings out the best in you because you feel taken care of. It's this nice like comfortable,
and I think when you're in that comfortable space,
you're also able to cater to him more. So I was even listening to a podcast with Jeffrey and Tosh.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful girl Tosh. And she was saying if a girl stay home, I clean house all day and I cook and I clean and I do everything, manage the whole home, and you like she do everything, and you gonna come home and say, say after she come from work, come out on work, she come home and I do all whatever, and then at the end of the day, you gonna say you want to have sex. She's tired.
What kind of vibes for you?
She's tired.
What kind of vibes for you?
But she does not feel taken care of. She is tired. She's not interested. She has no interest in that regard. If a girl can go, man, if you can both come home from work and say everything is sorted, you have a helper come, you probably have the helper come and she did cook, or to figure out dinner or whatever. You guys may be both tired, but guess what? She's also able to cater to you a little bit more because she feels like supported by her partner.
Yeah, facts.
And it's really just comes down to that.
Yeah, facts.
Like, you get the best out of a woman when she feels taken care of. That's all I will say.
Facts. But, so as you said it, right? I have like requirements. I think I shared this with you yesterday. I have certain requirements that that are non-negotiables in a household. If I was to...
I want to prepare for this.
When I'm to get married, I think everybody should have that, right? When I'm to get married, I have certain things that not even married. When I'm to run a proper household, right? I have certain things that I need checklists. So there are two things, right? For me, I need a helper and somebody who cooks, right? So and then again, this is all based on how I grew up, right? God has blessed me. I'm not gonna lie, right? So when I grew up, I had somebody in the house when mommy went to work, because I never saw my parents together, right? Mommy I was living with my mom in one household, and I would see my dad on weekends and when he picked me up from school, right? So I always saw where when mommy went to work, there was a helper Monday to Friday who would cook for the house, right? It was me, my mom, and my grandma, cook for the house and clean. Because remember, cleaning, you only do like once or twice a week. You just make sure everything tidy. Right. So really all she was doing during the day was really cooking. So that's one requirement that I have, because I personally don't love to cook. I started doing it more and I've realized that I do not like it. So I think there's things that but I enjoy cleaning. I do enjoy, I look forward to cleaning my house. I like it, right? So I think I just don't like to, that's one of the things I don't love to do. So yeah, I think I need somebody who's gonna cook, right? When I come home from work, because I feel like if I come home from work and cook, it's stress. And then, so that's one of my requirements, having a person who cleans and cooks, right? And clearly, if anything happens in the house, you can call them and they're at the house if you need to some people need to drop off anything, all of that. The convenience of that is great, right? Yeah. And when I have a child, I need a baby nurse at night. Every woman, I have a friend who had a baby and she had that. And honestly, her journey with motherhood compared to like other friends who I know has been so much better because she had that.
And I think she's also able to give more to herself. Yes. Give more to her relationship.
I was about to say that.
And her child.
Her husband. Yes. Sex life and all that. Because all of my friends, I always want, because I'm very curious. Because, one day I want to be a wife. I want to do it. So I'm always asking myself, like, how has your sex life changed since you had a baby?
You're tired.
Because you're tired. And the friends who don't have that certain, accommodations in terms of a baby nurse, they were, they're like, it wasn't the same for probably a year or two until the baby turned 2. And then whatever, it kind of gone back or whatever. And some of my friends, it just hasn't gone back to where it was before. But now, my friend who has a baby nurse and she can sleep her 8 hours a night, and the baby nurse in the room as a baby ball in the night, she pick it up and she gets to go to the gym in the morning. And then when she come back from the gym, she gets to take care of the child. Her and her husband are good because she's getting the best version of her. When a woman is not in this, and then that's why I say, even what Gabrielle Union said, Gabrielle like me and her friend. What Gabrielle Union said, she said that that urge or that nature to just, that scarcity thing. Yeah. That's why I think it's just, you're not operating in the best version of yourself.
No. And you always want the best version of yourself to pour into anything or anyone.
And I think it's how because oftentimes when we grow up, it's like, I always say some women are raised to know when. Some women are raised to know when to depend on a man. You know, so as I said, when to depend on a man, and some women are raised to never depend on a man. And I feel like in the Caribbean,
we learn to never depend on a man.
So it's almost don't make the man give
and then it leads to this hyper independence, and then we can't accept the support that we truly deep down we yearn for it. Yeah, like you yearn for it, you know, and then it takes your time.
Or you even run the right person away. Because imagine the first date, and
it takes your time.
You get the bill and you're like, oh, who's paying this? And he's like, why is she so strong?
I had a friend one time that would always have the same complaint.
The woman that's strong, the woman that's very strong on a very
big buck.
Meaningful pay. You know, no man can't do this, no man can't.
Nobody can tell me, say,
relax.
Okay, you bought this and it's mine now, so you can't tell me say you buy it, but I'm mine.
Facts.
Okay, you can't come take it away. Yeah. Because at the foundation I have whatever I need to sustain myself. At the end of the day, that's also what you're at the end of the day, that's the message that we're having here. But you also should be able to accept the support. Anyways, I had a friend that would always complain about men being just too nice, and I could never understand. Master too nice? What do you mean too nice? I don't understand. Like, what do you mean was too nice? Like, what do you mean? Help me understand. And to this day, I couldn't understand what you mean by too nice.
Yeah.
What?
But I think with taking things on that point, I think the key to it is don't take stuff from a person you know you truly don't want or not interested in or building a life with.
Fair.
That's when it becomes problematic. That's when it becomes almost hazardous to your safety as a woman. Woman for have them own things,
right?
But at the same time, you should be
able to accept the things.
Accept things
right.
from other people.
Right.
You can imagine you want help with your car, and or you want help with something, and you save up your money, and this man come and say, "Hey, babe, I'm gonna help you," and you're just like, no, whatever, unless it's a personal thing, why you want to achieve this yourself.
Right. Yeah.
Because, for example, I want to, let's say I want to buy something important, and I've always wanted, it's a childhood dream.
Yeah.
And I say I want to buy this for myself. That's different. That's a conversation, but it's like maybe he can help you in other areas. Maybe so that you can get to that goal, he can cover your rent for the year,
right.
or something to help you get to that goal.
It's all about, and I also believe like in any partnership, relationship, whatever, it's always about how do you make this person's life easier?
How can I make your life easier, and how you can make my life easier?
Really just it. How are we adding value? How are we adding value?
And you look so fool as a woman too when the man have so much money and you try watch your little shillings and pence.
But then I mean, to be honest with you as well, I mean, this 50-50 conversation doesn't even go just inside the realms of like money.
Yeah.
Because I feel like
contribution wise as well.
No, it's also like, because it's financial support is one thing, emotional support is a whole other ball game. True. Because then when you finance your life and you're sad, you're upset, you're miserable. You cannot sleep because you have no emotional support, and sometimes emotional support means more to some people than others.
Hi, me. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I need emotional support.
I need you to be there for me in every sense of the word, there for me. I want to be able to can call on you for just to have a conversation, just to pick your brain about an idea. Just be that person, my person. But that is also not 50-50. I think that should be 100-100.
Yeah.
Like you should be 100% providing emotional support, and similarly other person. It cannot be that it's something that it's an unwavering thing. Like, yeah, this is it. This is absolutely it.
Agreed. So what is the moral of the story?
We can monitor the things.
Period.
And give the things too, guys. Give the things too, girls. Give the things.
Give a little, get a lot.
You do.
Give a little, get a lot. Period.
And stop making the man life miserable and then expect him to get 80-20.
Yeah, that's true.
Stop it, man. Stop it. Stop being a pain in the ass and expecting the world. Just be his peace.
Be nice, be kind.
Yes.
Because someone who want the most and have one bad attitude, one bad spirit.
And then I honestly, I'm not gonna lie, someone who don't deserve anything. What's on the bringing?
Facts. Well, make sure. As I said, make sure when you're saying these things, make sure that you know say you have a lot to. You know, there's a lot like you know that your soul, your vibe, your essence, your aura,
it's good.
Everything you good. Like even maybe you're not even in the financial position. Like you're working towards it.
Right.
You, you have a piece where you bring.
Right.
You come with a lot of love. Like a lot of come with nothing.
No, just bad vibes. Just bad vibes.
Just bad vibes and misery. Just make sure you come with something, you know?
Please.
Make sure you know, on both sides.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so jumping right into our listener letters.
Listener letters.
I went to 3. Okay, so this person asks, do you think most people are in relationships based on love or convenience? Honestly, I don't know.
I mean, no, I'm not really pre a relationship is like a 7-Eleven. In Bango. So it's like I don't know anybody who is in a relationship for convenience.
Everybody I know is in a relationship because they like the person.
And then if it's out of convenience, they're not in a relationship.
But then look at it, right? Because we know some people who get married because they like
as a business.
Or no, they like the image that being a married person brings.
Oh, right. Mm-hmm.
So there is the status of it. Then there is so then we do know we have some, I guess that's what they're asking. But for me, I don't know about most people, but I don't think people go into relationships looking for convenience. Some people do, because I don't think people initially start off that way. I think that it just ends up that way somehow.
And what I will say, you just raised something in my brain. I agree. No, most people are not in a relationship for convenience. Most people that are in a convenient situation are not in a relationship. It's just it's just something situationship.
It became that way
but
over time.
I think that some people may stay in relationships because it's convenient.
Yes, facts.
That is what I will say.
Yeah.
So they may have started to. It may not be, and then relationships are hard work, guys. Like I don't think we understand.
Facts.
Relationships take time, effort. It's a constant evolving. It's a constant work. It's a constant conversations of how we can do things better. What are the things that you like? What are the things that you like? What are the things that has changed over the time that we've known each other?
2 people come from 2 different households with 2 different mindsets
and possibly 2 different baggage
with 2 different baggage.
So it's
experiences.
Heal or unhealed. So it's like that is where so people may stay because why? All right, I can't go look for nobody else or. Well, I can't bother go.
Maybe like that you're going through a rough time, but you guys will get through it. Because I was listening to Michelle Obama said in
she got through rough times.
She said on a sit down with Oprah that like she said she married 30 years now or 30 or 40 years or something like that. And she's like 10 of them I didn't like him. She was like 10 of those years were hard because she was talking to young people and she was like. When she sees people talk about relationship goals with her and Burke, she's like, marriage is
it's hard work.
She said they had to basically make an effort every
single day.
And it's like, I think that's what it is. I think relationships are efforts.
We get lazy.
To choose
as people, we're lazy.
Yeah.
We've gotten way more lazy than we were before. You see your granny? In our granny 90? I'm going to tell you something.
And let me tell you, for me, I personally, one thing I require now that I'm like, for me, she can tell you, I have a fighting spirit.
But you have to fight back.
Yeah, but you have to be fighting. I feel like a lot of times in my experience, in relationships, people don't fight back for the relationship. So even if you're going through a rough time, it's very quick to just say bye or give up or gone or or go look comfort with somebody else instead of staying and having the hard conversations and the hard truths and working it out. That's what I think.
But then you also have to understand when it's worth fighting or not, fighting for or not, guys. You can't just be fighting for fighting's sake. Like you're not crazy. Yeah. So you need to then make an effort to realize that this worth it?
Fighting for it to me is making an effort that whatever is affecting the relationship we're gonna work on is either we're gonna work through or we're gonna walk away from.
Correct.
But it needs an effort to say this is
on
the
both
issue
ends.
On both ends. This is the issue. This is how what do we think we need to do to get through it? Can we try it?
Correct.
We try it and we come to the end of the road. We need to part. If we don't, then we can't stay. So I think that effort or that fight is kind of missing. But I don't know if so to answer your question, I don't think most people stay in relationships or go into relationships out of convenience. I think as Jody said, they might stay out of convenience or they might just they just stay out of convenience, or it becomes a convenient situation because they're not communicating.
Because I see a lot more situationships, so therefore it cannot be out of convenience why more people are in relationships, because people are avoiding it like the plague.
Yeah.
By just being very casual about it, not really exposing themselves, being very super guided with another person. So it's to me, it's like it has to be they stay for convenience, not go in for convenience. Like
Facts. Okay. Well, that was an episode of the Goodgal Podcast.
Yay.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.